Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Manchester United are looking to bring in former Chelsea chief Jim Fraser, who was renowned for his talent spotting, as they plot their summer of recruitment. The coming months will be crucial if the club are to make Ruben Amorim's spell a success. Fraser was at Stamford Bridge for 20 years before he was shown the door, but with his gardening leave coming to a close, he can now pursue a new role should the Manchester outfit come calling. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has identified Fraser as a key recruit with the Ineos chief, keen to see the club benefit from homegrown talent rather than solely pursue big money signings, reports The Sun. The club have spent millions in the market, but many of them have failed to live up to expectations. King was Chelsea's academy chief and enjoys a stellar reputation for unearthing top young stars. During his time at the Cobham base, he was able to spot the likes of Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, and Mark Guehi. United are in the midst of cutting about 200 jobs, which includes ridding of several scouts as they shake up the way they go about identifying talent. The Red Devils have a long tradition of using their academy. King was Chelsea's academy chief and enjoys a stellar reputation for unearthing top young stars. During his time at the Cobham base, he was able to spot the likes of Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, and Mark Guehi. United are in the midst of cutting about 200 jobs, which includes ridding of several scouts, as they Shaq King was Chelsea's academy chief and enjoys a stellar reputation for unearthing top young stars. During his time at the Cobham base, he was able to spot the likes of Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, and Mark Guehi. United are in the midst of cutting about 200 jobs, which includes ridding of several scouts, as they shake up the way they go about identifying talent. The Red Devils have a long tradition of using their academy. Up the way they go about identifying talent. The Red Devils have a long tradition of using their academy. Kobbie Mainoo has been the biggest recent success story, and he's become a mainstay in the first team picture. The likes of Harry Maguire have also been given opportunities, with the club potentially having to make a greater use of their academy should their funds be limited. United's overhaul has seen leading figures like Director of Football Operations David Harrison leaving his role. Earlier this season, Dan Ashworth was shown the door after just a matter of months, with his switch from Newcastle not working out despite him impressing in previous job. Ratcliffe has overseen one summer of recruitment since coming in, but a host of those signings have not worked out. The likes of Joshua Zirkzee and Matthijs de Ligt have not had the desired affect, with the club poised to post their worst ever Premier League finish. Amorim has made it clear that he wants to bring in players who suit his system, not necessarily the headline names. He said, "I want to focus on our strengths and try to use our club to bring in one or two players, big players. When I say big players, it's not players from Real Madrid, it's big players in the way I see the game." Ole Gunnar Solskja admits it is hard to watch Manchester United's continued struggles. The Norwegian led the Red Devils for 3 years and has seen the club decline following his sacking. Solskja was shown the door in 2021 after a string of poor results to begin the season. Throughout his tenure, plenty had questioned whether he had the ability to truly lead the Manchester outfit back to the summit of English football. A 4-1 loss to Watford in November was their 5th reverse in 7 games and ultimately cost Solskjaer his job. During their poor run, they were humiliated 5-0 at home by Liverpool, whilst Manchester City also secured a dominant win at Old Trafford. Ralf Rangnick was hired as Solskjaer's replacement, but failed to take the club forward before leaving after less than a year. Erik ten Hag, despite winning 2 trophies, failed to find the winning formula, with Ruben Amorim now also struggling in the dugout. United will post their worst ever Premier League finish this season as they languish in the bottom half. The club are miles away from the success they enjoyed during Sir Alex Ferguson's era, and Solskjaer concedes the table makes for grim reading every week. He told the BBC, "Man United is my family and will always be part of me." In football, you don't feel sorry for anyone because we are privileged, absolutely 100% privileged to be able to work in clubs like this. But for me, it is hard to watch, because it is your family that is struggling. It is never easy at the weekend when you look at the table. Solskja has returned to management in Turkey. With Besiktas a club he is compared to the Manchester outfit. A number of his decisions were continually questioned, specifically his loyalty to certain players. Harry Maguire was his statement signing in his first summer. The defender endured mixed fortunes and copped regular criticism, with Solskjaer urged to drop the England centre-half, despite choosing to make him captain. Maguire has since endured a renaissance, and the ex-United boss was always confident he would come good. He said, "For me, Harry Maguire has always been a leader and a fighter. I was never in doubt when I signed him, and he walked in the door, he would be captain for us. There is another captain there in Bruno Fernandes. The two of them are top human beings. I was so happy for them last night. Those two and Victor Lindelof are probably the only ones I have heard from in the club since I left. You want the best for them." Crystal Palace have opened the door to Eberechi Eze leaving the club this summer, with Manchester United and Tottenham chasing the winger. The England man has shone for the Eagles since joining the club from Reading in 2020. His performances have been key to Oliver Glasner's side reaching the FA Cup final this season. But it appears that they could bid farewell to Eze sooner rather than later. According to The Sun, Glasner has given his blessing to the forward departing the club this summer. Premier League rivals Spurs and Man United have been linked with a move for him in the past, and with a £60 million release clause written into his contract, they could be tempted to move over the coming months. Eze, 26, has scored 9 goals and notched 11 assists for Crystal Palace in all competitions this season. Speaking about his displays after an FA Cup win against Fulham earlier this season, Glasner said, "I think Eberechi has had a strange season. He hasn't had many goals in the Premier League, and he has been unlucky, but he keeps going. He's also struggled with strange injuries. The goal against Latvia and his first for England means a lot for him. He always has the confidence. We know he's an amazing finisher to cut inside on his right foot with an amazing finish. We need this quality. He helped us today massively. Should Eze move on this summer, it would be the second consecutive post-season window that a star player moved on. Michael Olise completed a move away to German giants Bayern Munich last summer, with chairman Steve Parish left shocked that there wasn't the same amount of interest in Eze. I was really worried from a club point of view of losing Michael and Ebbs in the same window, and we didn't have in Ebbs the interest that I thought we would have," he said to Sky Sports News. "I was astounded. Genuinely astounded. I mean, the guy's just an outstanding footballer, an outstanding person." In reply to those comments, Eze claimed that he was not looking to move on anytime soon. He said, "I appreciate the words that they say, but I'm so focused on just being the best player I can be. Whatever interest comes, or whatever happens, I want to enjoy my football where I am right now. The things that I can control, that's it. I'm really invested in becoming the best player I can be. Whether that leads me to another club or to whatever, I'm at peace with that, and I try to stay there at peace as well."